Here we are in another proof with two triangles that share a side, and we see that we have multiple pieces of given information again. And remember, for given information, we're told this info because these are not things that we could just look at the diagram and know. And so in this case, our given information includes that segment JK is congruent to segment LK. And so we can mark that here and here. And we're also told that segment KM is bisecting angle K. And again, remember that means that angle K has been split in half. So this doesn't use the congruent symbol, but it does tell us that we have two pieces of congruent information. And that is exactly where statement 2 came from. It says that angle JKM, which is here, is congruent to angle LKM, which is here. And the reason to know that these two angles are congruent to each other is that they are the two halves of angle K, and we were told that angle K was bisected. So this is very simply the definition of angle bisector. Okay. So we have two pieces of given information shown, two pieces of congruent information shown. We need a third piece, and if you recall, we have a shared side here that we are allowed to say is congruent between the two triangles because both triangles use it. And so our third statement can be that segment KM is congruent to segment KM. Segment KM in the left and the triangle on the left is congruent to segment KM for the triangle on the right. And that reason is never going to change. That is the reflexive property. And so based on what we've shown so far, we should be able to say the two triangles are congruent to each other. And if you look at your markings in your diagram, you'll see you have two pairs of sides marked and the angle where they meet, and that is side angle side. And we have one step further, that angle J is congruent to angle L. And again, that's not something we've shown already, but it's something we should know is true because we know the triangles are congruent. And so we can look at our congruent statement, and it clearly says that angle J here, listed first, should be congruent to angle L here, also listed first. And so we use that CPCTC, which means that if two triangles are congruent, then all pairs of angles and all pairs of sides should be congruent. And so these angles would have to be congruent.